Yes, good morning, students. Continuation with the previous part, that is the group discussion. So, as already we have studied about the first one technique, that is the organizational GD. Is it clear? So, the next one here we are going to study about, that is GD as a part of a selection a process. So, in this, the first one here we are going to begin with the introduction. Is it clear? That is a group discussion conducted for the selection of the candidates for a particular job or for the admission to a professional institutions. Is it clear? It is a well formulated tool for judging the personality of the candidates. Is it clear? If you want to judge the personality of the candidates, here you are going to conduct the group discussion. Okay, you wanted to judge what is the communication skills, you wanted to judge the knowledge of the candidates, okay, ability to work under the team. Okay, so how he is going to handle that a particular session. So all these things if you wanted to analyze, so here you are going to conduct the group discussion, that is for the selection of a candidates, either it may be for a job or for a particular admission to the professional institutes. Is it clear? Now employers look for candidates who have the potential to shoulder the responsibility. So what is the intention of that a particular employers whenever they are going to hire any particular the candidates? The intention is that they are going to find the candidate that he should be able to take the responsibility. Is it clear? He should be able to handle the assigned responsibility. Okay, and he should be able to work in a team. So most of the time what happens is that he is able to work independently, but he face a difficulty to work in a group. Is it clear? But in the companies and the organizations, they want such a candidate or such a person that he should work in a team. Is it clear? So they wanted to analyze that whether he is having the capacity to handle the responsibility which you are going to assign. Is he having a capacity to work it in a team? Okay, and also provide a leadership, whether he is having any leadership qualities or not. Is it clear? So to analyze all these things, so they are going to conducting these type of the group discussions. So most of the GDs for the selection processes accesses the individual traits, the group behavior, okay, and the leadership qualities. Okay, now you are going to see in the following section we will study what are the characteristics are there. Is it clear? So the three things are there here we have to study, that is, one is the characteristics for conduction of this group discussion, how you are going for the evaluation and analysis of a group discussion. Is it clear? These two things here we are going to discuss here. First one is the characteristics, second one is the evaluation and analysis of these type of a group discussions. So let's begin with the first one, that is a characteristics. Okay, typically in a GD conducted for the recruitments. Is it clear? That is a which is a conducted for the selection of a candidates for a job. Is it clear? Now the candidates are given a particular the topic or a case for the discussion. Is it clear? What they are going to do, they are going to give one specific topic or they are going to give you one particular the case study for the discussion. Okay, now normally a groups of 8 to 10 candidates are formed into a leaderless group. Okay, and are given a specific situation to analyze it and discuss within the given time. Okay, and it are limit of about to 30 minutes. Is it clear what they are going to do here? So normally in these type of the group discussions, that is for the recruitment process when they are doing, so for that either they may give the specific topic for the discussion in the group, or either they may give the cases, or they may give the particular the case study. So normally they are going to form a group of 8 to 10 particular candidates. Okay, it is a leaderless group. Okay, and they are given a specific situation to analyze it, discuss it within that particular given time. So normally they are going to limit this group discussions in and that is up to 30 minutes. So this may be given a case study and asked to come up with some solutions. If they have given the case study, then they have to discuss it and they have to come up with a solution over there, or they may be given a topic. So if they are given a topic and ask them to discuss it in a very meaningful way. Is it clear? So both the things they wanted to analyze here. Either if they give the case study, then they ask, okay, come up with this particular solution for this case study. If they are given the topic, okay, they ask the team to discuss, okay, it in a particular meaningful way. That is, each individual member in the group has to express his opinion about that particular the topic. Either it may be the pros or cons about that particular the topic. Depending upon the infrastructure at the venue, the group is asked to sit in a circular way. Either it may be asked to sit it in a rectangular, or they may ask to sit it in a U-shaped arrangement. Okay, group members may either choose their seats independently, or may be asked to take the seats allotted by the selection panel. Okay, if they ask the group members to sit, so they may choose their seats. Okay, otherwise the selection panel is going to be allocating the seats for the individual candidates to seat. So in this panel, who are all the peoples are presented here, that is they are watching this particular the group discussion. Okay, so expert teams is going to be presented, there is a technical executives are presented, human resources executives of the companies are going to be presented. Okay, so what they are going to do, so they are going to observe and evaluate each and every member of this particular the group. Okay, so the rules for the GD, okay, the rules for the group discussion they are going to define here. What is the time of that a particular the discussion? As I already told, it may be limited maximum up to the 30 minutes. What is the limit? Okay, how many number of members should presented and all, what are the panel's expectations, etc. are there explained after the initial introduction of the panel to the participants. So before conducting this, all these things, what is the time limit, what are the panel expectations, what they expect from the students, what they expect from the candidates, is it clear? Everything has to be explained to the participants, and even initial introduction of the panel to the participants can also be done here. Thereafter, the panel is going to be assigned to the group the topic or the case to be discussed, and observe the discussion either directly or from the behind the screen, or directly they may be presented over there and they're just seeing or watching the type of the discussion, or they may be watch this behind the screen. Okay, thereafter, upon the directions from the panel, the discussion starts and carries on till the signal the termination time. Okay, once they have reached that time limit, okay, each candidate is supposed to voice his or her opinion and offer supporting and counter arguments as required. Is it clear? So this is all about the characteristics here. The second one here, we are going for that how you are going for evaluation and analysis. If you want to go for evaluation and analysis of the GD here, so four components are evaluated here. The four components are generally evaluated, okay, and analyzed in a GD are as followed. Okay, what are these the four components are there? The first one is a knowledge. Okay, second one is a behavior, group behavior, or you are going to call it as a team spirit. Okay, the next one is a communication skills. Okay, and next one is a leadership skills. Okay, so what are these four components are used for the evaluation and analysis? One is a knowledge, one is a communication skills, one is a group behavior, or to analyze the what is the team spirit. The last one is a leadership skills. Okay, now we are going to analyze one by one. What is the knowledge here? Is it clear? That is the first one, the first component of the evaluation and analysis process. What the knowledge? The depth and range of the knowledge, as well as analytical and organizational abilities of the candidates are judged here. What is the depth of that and the range of the knowledge? Is it clear? As well as what is the analytical organizational ability of each candidates are going to be judged here. One should be able to grasp the situation, analyze it, okay, not just at a mundane level but with a wide perspective. Is it clear? So whatever be their stand, they should discuss not only the benefits or the problems at their own institutions, but also those at the national and international levels. Is it clear? So how they are going to judge the knowledge is that during the discussion should not only contains only the benefits or the problems at their own institution levels. So okay, so they have to think at the wider area, at the wider perspective. Okay, so that is they have to discuss the issues which are related at the national and the international levels also. Is it clear? So the originality of the ideas, the knowledge and initiative, okay, and approach to the topic are the case contributes to one's success in the group discussion. So how you are going to be say that that is the candidates who are all doing well in that the group discussions. Is it clear? That is the success in the group discussion. That is how they are going to originate that ideas, how they are going to be express their knowledge. Is it clear? How they are going to take initiative the discussion, okay, and what are their approach to that particular topic or a case. Is it clear? What way they have analyzed that particular problem, how they are going to give the solutions or express the solutions. That is okay, that is how they are going to contribute in all these areas. So this is one which is considered for the candidates success in a group discussion. Okay, so the greater our knowledge of the subject, okay, if you are having a good knowledge about that particular subject, the more interested, enthusiastic and confident we will be, the more fluent and forceful our contribution to the discussion. Is it clear? So whenever you are a member of that particular the group discussion, is it clear? So if you should have the greater the knowledge of that particular subject, and you should have a interested on that particular, you should enthusiastic and a confident. Is it clear? So then it will be more fluent and more forceful for contributing to the discussion. If you are more confident, automatically you are contributing more to the discussion. Is it clear? Our contribution must be relevant. So whenever you are contributing, whenever you are saying anything or giving a solutions or expressing your ideas in this, is it clear? It should be relevant to the problem or relevant to the case study or relevant to the topic which they have given. Okay, it should be rational, it should be convincing, it should be interesting, okay, and appealing to the selection panel. So keep it in this mind. Okay, so our contribution must be relevant, rational, convincing, it should be interesting, and it should be appealing to the selection panel. And already I have told one thing also, whatever the things you are going to be talk, is it clear? So that it should not contain any fake information or the fake results. Okay, you talk with the evidence, you talk with the statistical values. Is it clear? You talk with some statistical values. So the next one here, you are going to start with the that is the group behavior. Is it clear? So the group behavior is that is a team spirit. The members here, they wanted to analyze the team spirit, the aspects of the group behavior in a group discussion. Is it clear? So how they should be, that is consistency in participation, so neatness in listening and observing, time sharing and orderly conduct, ability to handle, okay, turbulent situations, ability to cut the excessive the exuberant participants down to size. Is it clear? So these are all the aspects of the group behavior, how you have to behave in a particular the group. So that's why they are going to say it as a, these are all the aspects of the group behavior in a group discussion. Is it clear? That you have to show the consistency in the participation. Okay, so neatness in listening and observing, so time sharing and orderly you have to conduct. Okay, so ability to handle the turbulent situations and all, ability to cut the excessive the exuberant participants. Now as a individual, this is the aspects of the group behavior. Is it clear? If you say for example, if different groups are being formed, so what are the aspects of each group behavior, that is in the group discussion you have seen. Now as a team member, how you have to be, how you have to be work as a team member, as a member of a one particular group. Is it clear? So how you have to contribute over there. So that is ability to interact with the other members of the group on brief acquaintance. Okay, you are expected to more the pupil centric, less than a egocentric. You should not have a ego here. You are expected to be a more pupil centric here. See here, this is the main thing is that whenever you are involved in the discussion, you have to be more people centric. You should not have a ego centric. Whenever the discussions topics are there, if anyone the member of other groups is having a very good idea, if he's expressing over there, is it clear? You should not show the ego. You should not discuss with the egocentric. Is it clear? So participating in a GD involves coordination, cooperation among various members here. So you keep it in your mind as a team how you have to work. Okay, as a individual, the team member. Okay, so as an individual team member, that is when you are participating in a GD, so you have to be coordinate with the members of your group and coordinate with the members of others group also. That is coordination and cooperation is going to be required with the various members. So our success in a GD is depends on how well we play the role of an initiator. Is it clear? So different roles are there in the GD. Is it clear? So how we play these particular roles effectively. So what are these roles are there? Okay, so you may play the role as an initiator, informer, illustrator. Sometimes in the group discussion you may emerge as a leader. Okay, so you may emerge as a coordinator, you may emerge as a moderator. Is it clear? So these are all the different types of the roles here. This is the leader, the coordinator, moderator are not the selected here. Is it clear? They are not a nominated one. During the discussion, depending upon the ability, the capacity to handle the situation, capacity to handle the people. Is it clear? So automatically among the team, among that one of the member maybe emerge as a leader. He is going to emerge as a coordinator. Okay, and he is going to be work as a moderator. Is it clear? So there are different roles you have to be play either as an initiator, either as an informer, either as an illustrator, either you may emerge as a leader or a coordinator or a moderator. Is it clear? So it is totally depend upon the knowledge on that particular subject. Is it clear? And the capacity to handle that particular the group or the discussion which is going to be takes place. Now the ideal candidate will share a time with the others, listen and react to their particular the views. So this is all about the behavior, group behavior. So you have seen that group behavior, that is one as aspects of the group behavior. Okay, how totally the group has to be behave in the group discussion, that is a total group behavior. Okay, aspects of the group behavior, that is total the group has to behave in the group discussion. Next one is that as a team member, how you have to behave during the group discussion. As a team member in a particular group, how you have to behave during the group discussion. These are the two things we have been studied it in the group behavior. Is it clear? So the next one here going for the communication skills. So I think that I have left the communication skills and I have completed group behavior. Okay, no problem. We are going to see the communication skills here. Okay, so the communication skills here during a GD and individuals skills will be accessed in terms of the following. Is it clear? So in the communication skills, what they are going to do, so they an individual skills will be assessed here. Is it clear? So that is the individual team members who are all involved in that, they wanted to access that is each individual members in terms of some of the following they have given. Okay, how he is in active listening, clarity of thought and his expression, appropriate language, and what is his appropriateness of a body language. Okay, so now we are going to be see about that active listening. Is it clear? So listening is as important to speaking in a GD. Okay, so always you should not shout. Is it clear? So in a very calm way you have to listen what others are also going to be say, what others ideas are there. Is it clear? Unless we listen to others, we may not be able to continue the discussion in the right direction. See here, unless if you are not going to listen to the others, if you are not listening the ideas of the others, what is their opinion about that particular the problem, is it clear, or that the topic, is it clear, we may not be able to continue the discussion in the right direction. Next one is that the clarity of expression. So it is that his or her ability to influence and convince others. Okay, so how you are able to influence, how you are able to convince others, okay, who are presented in the discussion. So it depends considerably on the correct use of the tone, okay, the correct use of the tone, the correct use of the voice, what is your articulation, how fluency it is, okay, what type of modulation you are going to use during the talking, okay, and how good you are able to deliver the content or the topic, is it clear? So this is totally depend upon the clarity of these particular the expressions. So tone, so voice, articulation, fluency, modulation, and next one is a good delivery. What do you mean by the tone? Tone is nothing but the quality or the character of the voice. Is it clear? What do you mean by tone? While talking in the group discussion, okay, the quality or the character of the voice is expressing a particular feeling or the mood. Is it clear? That is in which mood you are. Are you in the anger or a normal voice? Is it clear? So that is going to be representing the tone. If you are going to talk with a very high tone, that is, you should not talk with an anger. So that's why they are going to expressing that whenever you are going to saying something during the group discussion, it is totally depend upon the tone. Okay, so that is a character of the voice which is expressing a particular feeling. It is going to give you the particular the feeling, is it clear, or the mood. Next one is that voice. So correct projection of the voice is important whenever you are going to expressing your ideas. Articulation, it is an act of speaking, okay, or nothing but it is the way how you are expressing your ideas, okay, that is expressing an idea in using some specialized words. This is what you call it as articulation, or you call it as it is the act of speaking. What do you mean by the fluency? Speaking or writing in a easy flowing style, that is what you call it as a fluency. Is it clear? In a particular order, okay, in a particular easy, or you have to explain it in a particular the flowing style, that is in the flow from the order what you have been ordered. So here you just see that here I have maintained that what has to be covered, is it clear? That is the I am going to maintaining the flow here. First this has to be covered, next this has to be covered, and all, is it clear? So this is the fluency you have to be maintained, speaking or writing in a easy or in a flowing style. Modulation, variations in a tone or a volume of voice has to be done. So you have to be analyze that when your voice has to be increased and when your voice has to be decreased, okay. So that is a variation of your tone. So if you are going to see that if you just see my videos whenever I'm explaining, or you can just see it in a classes of any other particular lecturers also, how they are explaining at the different situations, the tone is going to be increasing, okay, and in tone is going to be decreasing, okay. So depending upon the type of the situations, depending upon the that is the way how they are expressing the ideas, is it clear? So you are going to see the modulation in the tone, that is the variation in the tone you are going to see, is it clear? So what do you mean by the good delivery? So ideas expressed fluently in the right voice, in the right tone, in the right articulation, you are going to say it as a good delivery. Okay, you have delivered a content, okay, in a very good manner. If anyone is going to say that, that is you have expressed your ideas very fluently in the right voice, in the right tone and the right articulation. Okay, the first one, active listening you have studied, clarity of the thought and the expression you have been studied now. Okay, next one is that use of appropriate language. The language which is used should be accurate and free of grammatical errors whenever you are talking, okay. So be careful about grammatical errors, because the HR, the technical people, they are analyzing that. Is it clear? That is how you are going to talk. Is there any grammatical errors are there? Is it clear? In case of an accidental grammatical error, do not pause to correct yourself. Okay, so during the communication, if you feel that okay, I have done a grammatical error, at that time you do not pause it to correct yourself, because this may give others an opportunity to seize the discussion from you. Is it clear? So don't stop over there, that is to correct yourself from the grammatical error. You continue talking over there. Don't give a chance to others that opportunity to seize the discussion from you. Is it clear? Don't highlight that one. The language which is used should be the direct, clear and precise, with the ideas flowing in an particular organized manner. So what first has to be said, what next has to be discussed, what next has to be, that is a particular order in a particular flow. Is it clear? So in that way you have to explain. Do not use a long or a winding sentences. Is it clear? Try to keep the language in a very simple, unambiguous. Is it clear? So this is all about that. Appropriate the language that which you have to use when you are communicating in the group discussion. Now how your body language should be in the group discussion. Okay, that is appropriate body language. This course in a GD is totally depend not only in the verbal communication. Okay, they are also going to check you the non-verbal communication. That is already I have discussed non-verbal communication. Is it clear? You are expressing something without using any particular word. Is it clear? You are communicating without using any word. Is it clear? They are also going to see you the non-verbal skills also. Do you have non-verbal skills? Okay, what your body language says, because your body language says a lot about us. Okay, because they are going to be check your gestures, your mannerisms. Is it clear? How they are going to be reflect, what is your attitude. Is it clear? When you are going to communicate, everything the non-verbal skills, they are going to be analyzed when you are communicating. Okay, so you have to control over some of the things. They are going to say that emotions, such as you have to control the anger when you are talking. Okay, irritations, frustrations, warmth, excitement. Is it clear? So boredom, defensiveness, okay, competitiveness are all conveyed through the body language. Is it clear? So all these things are going to be expressed with your body language. The immediately the person, the panel, the people who are present in that panel, they may be analyze, okay, this person is angered now, he is irritating. Is it clear? So all these things, as I told already, emotions such as anger, irritation, frustration, excitement. Is it clear? All these things are there. So all these things are going to be conveyed with the body language. Okay, so now some of the useful tips are there for the effective use of the body language. Okay, so whenever you are as a member in the group discussion, is it clear? So how you have to be maintain your body language? Look keenly at the speaker. Is it clear? Look keenly at the speaker. Okay, nod your head to reveal that okay, you are listening actively. Okay, when you speak, make sure that you do not ignore any of your group members. Whenever you are speaking, you make sure that you do not ignore your group members. Try to look at everybody. Try to look at everybody when you are saying. Okay, avoid over gestures. Avoid pointing out fingers. Is it clear? See, this is the one. Whenever you are going to talking or expressing over there in the group discussion, is it clear? So at that time, so okay, so you, some of them are having that pointing out the fingers. So avoid pointing out the fingers. Raising your hands while speaking. Okay, so you avoid pointing out the fingers, raising your hands while speaking. So these are all the things, these are all the tips you people have to follow. So whenever you are going to be participating as a member in a group discussion. Okay, so all these things you have to be remember. The first one is a knowledge. Is it clear? Knowledge about the topic before the discussion, what you wanted to talk and all these things. Second one is that you concentrate on the communication skills. So four things you have to be concentrate here: active listening, clarity of the thought and the expression, that is the tone, voice, articulation, fluency, modulation and good delivery. Next one is use of a appropriate language here. Next one is that use of a appropriateness of a body language. Okay, so the last one here, it is a leadership skills. Okay, so in the leadership the skills here, leadership is an action, not a position here. During that discussion, as I already told, the leader or the coordinate order is going to be emerged over there. They are not a nominated one. So he has got that capacity to take over that particular team. Basically, on behalf of that team, immediately he is going to raise his the voice. Okay, he is going to express his ideas in a more fluent way. Okay, so that's why here they are going to be say that leadership is an action, it is not a position. The success of any team depends to a large extent on its leader. Here they are going to be say that the success of any particular team depends to large extent on its leader. A group cannot carry on its assignment work effectively without a leader. Is it clear? Although there is no appointed leader in a recruitment GDs, so whenever you are a member of that GD in the recruitment process, a leader usually emerges as the discussion proceeds. As I told, so the so many times here, leader is not nominated here. Leaders in the group discussion emerges as the discussion proceeds. Is it clear? As the discussion the proceeds, the candidate who possesses both the functional and coordinating ability. See here, who is going to emerge as a leader? A candidate who possesses both the functional ability, coordinating ability of that particular team. So he is going to emerge as a leader. What are the functional abilities here? The functional ability is a one who is having the knowledge about that a particular subject. Okay, mental, physical, energy, emotional stability, objectivity. He is having a very good communication skills, integrity, and emotional intelligence. All these features are what you are going to be considered as the functional abilities. A leader who is going to be emerging, he is having the functional ability. He is having a knowledge. He is having a mental and physical energy. Is it clear? He is having an emotional stability. He is having an objectivity during the communication. He is having a very good communication skill, integrity, and emotional intelligence. He is having all these functional abilities are having in that a particular candidate. So that candidate will immediately that he is going to be emerged as a leader in the group discussion. Okay, next, another one ability he should have, not only the functional ability. Okay, coordinating ability also he should have. What do you mean by coordinating ability? Involves traits such as a group adaptability, and he has to motivate the group, that is the group motivation. Is it clear? So these two things he should have. That is involves traits such as group adaptability. Another one is a group motivation. What do you mean by group adaptability? Group adaptability means the ability to adjust with other individuals in the group. What do you mean by group adaptability here? How you are going to adjust with the different members of your group. Okay, that is to serve as a cohesive force. That is, you have to bind the group members into the single unit. Is it clear? You have to bind the members, you have to bind the members with each other. They have to work together as a group. Is it clear? So that is into a single unit. If you see the, if you see the any sports over there, either you see the cricket, hockey or there, so there is a captain will be there. So how the captain is going to motivate the team members over there? Is it clear? So he is having the capacity to unit his particular team. When the team is united, when the members of the team are united only, is it clear? So when they play as a whole team over, then only they are going to win the match. Is it clear? So that's why they are going to be say that it is that he has to bind the group into the single unit rather than a collection of a people. What do you mean by group motivation? Is it clear? Group motivation means the ability to motivate and influence others. So okay, always you seen that a team, the captain is motivating his players, he's making his the partners in that, okay, his team members over there, okay, to bring out the best participation from the members. You have seen that the captains are going to be motivating the bowlers, okay, they are motivating the fielders. Okay, so you have seen it in the cricket match, okay, or any other particular game. that is to nurture the cooperation, understanding, and to increase the team spirit. This is the very, very important. Okay, you have to maintain the team spirit among the team members. The selection panel observes the leadership style during the GD. Some of the leaders are authoritative, amiable, and either it may be the democratic. Okay, so the leaders who are going to be emerged, they are having these particular the qualities. Either the leader may be authoritative. Okay, what do you mean by authoritative? Leaders are authoritative in nature. They attempt to impose their will or values on the other group members and the views. Amiable, some of the leaders are amiable. They consistently try to avoid conflict or unpleasant feelings from being expressed. Is it clear? So you see here, they are consistently try to avoid conflict or unpleasant feelings, okay, from being expressed. Always try to maintain a peaceful environment during the group discussion. That is amiable. Some of the leaders are a democratic style. Leaders try to include everyone in the discussion and express their feelings and opinions openly and directly. Okay, openly and directly without judging others. When there is a conflict, they try to deal with it, okay, as a problem and solving exercise. So this is the leaders, this is what called as a democratic style. Okay, now that is as I've told already, uh, that is that they are going to give the topics and the case studies are there for the discussion. Okay, so you just refer it there. I have given it in the notes. Okay, so when the topic is going to be presented for a GD, okay, what you have to do, you just take a minute or two to think about the topic with an open mind. And when they are going to give the case study over there, okay, so if an individual's analytical skills are good, then case studies are easier to handle than the topic based GDs here, because in the case studies there is a starting point will be there. Cases are discussions of situations. Okay, so this is all about this particular the two different types of the group discussions. Okay, thank you very much.